What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about a topic that I speak to quite a few people about, and that is how to become more magnetic. Now, this is something that I wasn't actually pursuing. It's just something that I stumbled upon through no fault of my own, really, to be honest with you. And how I stumbled upon it was this. Now, years ago, when I was in my early teens and right up to my very early 20s, I guess, I always wanted to be liked. I always wanted to be accepted. I wanted to have a group of friends. I didn't want to be an outcast. I didn't want to be different. I wanted to be accepted. And we're wired up this way from evolution. You didn't want to be outcast by your tribe because there's more chance of being killed or eaten if you don't have a tribe. Safety in numbers and all that stuff. And so it is part of it is wired into us to want to be in a tribe, accepted, whether it's our peers, our colleagues, friends, family, whatever. But it comes with its downside. I found this very early on. Now, growing up, I said I had a group of friends. I used to do stupid things, like I said to you in previous videos. Grew up in a rough council estate. Yes, there wasn't a lot to do. I did know the difference between right and wrong, but we still went out and did stupid things, caused trouble. Not bad, just normal childhood stuff, petty stuff. And a lot of the times I did them is because of and my mum warned me about this as well, by the way, as a lot of good parents do. She warned me about the perils of hanging around with the wrong people. In fact, there's some certain people she wouldn't let me hang around with, and I defied that and still hung around with these people. Admittedly, they didn't call at my door, but I would go out and meet these people and hang about with them and get up to all kinds of mischief, and quite often result in getting in trouble. So what I'm trying to say is I was influenced by certain people. Now, I bear full responsibility for my actions, yes, but there's a high chance that I wouldn't have done these things if I wasn't hanging around or in the presence of certain people, because I was doing it for external validation. And I still see this today, not with myself, but with many other people. Many people are living the lives they do not want to live. They're doing things that they don't really want to do just because they want to impress others. They want to be accepted. They want to be liked for being this particular person. And still in my early 20s, I was very much like it. I would go out on nights out and I would drink excessively. And I've never been an excessive drinker. I've never really been able to handle my drink that much. I could a lot more than I can now, admittedly, because I was doing it a lot more regularly. So we'd go out with a certain group of friends and it would be shots all lined up on the bar, and then we'd try and outdo each other. We'd try next round, someone would buy doubles, then it would get to triples, and before you know it, we're paralytic, we're puking up in the street, just drinking, being drunk and disorderly and stupid shit like that. And I still see so many people living lives they don't want to live because they're too afraid of what people think about them. And I was that person, and that's why I can spot the signs a mile off. I talk to people, I ask questions, but I don't ask normal job interview questions. When I engage with people, I like to speak to them and scratch beneath the surface and get to know what really lights people up. Because when you talk to people, regardless if you're networking, whatever it is, any sort of social interaction you have with a person, it could just be with a checkout woman working on the tills at Tesco's. They can look miserable and deflated because they're at work. A lot of people don't want to be at work, or they're not passionate about what they do all of the time. And so a way of escaping that, and a way of giving people that feeling of joy, that lift that people need sometimes, I always like to ask them what lights them up, what makes them passionate, what are they passionate about? You know, not what do you do, because I think that's such a boring question. When people ask me what I do, yes, I enjoy my job, I enjoy what I do running my construction business, and 9 times out of 10 interactions can lead to business opportunities, which is always good. But what really fires me up is adventure. I love mountain biking. I've now recently got into scuba diving. So it's adventure, it's doing outdoor things, outdoor pursuits, photography, discovering, traveling. And that's what lights me up. So when people ask me this, they probably see my face light up. They see the passion, they feel how enthusiastic I am about these things. And it's the same with anyone else, and especially women in dating, because women don't, and especially with regards to dating, guys, women make a judgment on the way you make them feel. It's not about what you do and what you say, it's the way you make them feel. And if this is the same when you are in social interactions, the same with other guys, and you're networking and building friendships, you've moved to a new area, you've moved to a new job, and you're talking to people, it's just a great way to get to know people on a deeper level. And this comes from being yourself, and you have to be comfortable with being yourself, because when you do things that you want to do, instead of living to the tune of other people's music, you're going out and doing stuff you don't want to do because you want to be liked and accepted, then you're going to get to a point in life where you just look back and you just realize what a waste of time it's been, because you haven't lived a life of purpose and fulfillment, because you've been living to the tune of someone else. Do you see what I'm saying? And so what I'm trying to say is you have to have the courage to find out what gets your passion, what makes you light up. And you need to go and pursue those things. You might think to yourself, I've always wanted to do, I don't know, go-karting, for example, and you've never really done it. You never had the opportunity to do it. Or you want to go and do some sort of creative work or projects. You want to get into art. Maybe you want to start fitness. You want to go to some kind of gym or spin classes or CrossFit, whatever it is. And you're scared because you're scared of what others are going to think of you when you say, oh, I can't come out tonight. I'm not going out drinking tonight because I'm going to art class, or I'm going to a spin class. And then all your mates who do the usual dumb shit that keeps you low vibrational say, oh, what, you're too good for us now. Oh, you're trying to be Mr. Fitness guy and this, that and the third. And yes, you're going to get judgment, but you have to find the courage to push through that and do the things that you want to do. Live your life your way. And once you find you start to do these things and you become less available, you become more intentional, you do things with intent rather than just floating through life being led by others, you start to develop this energy. I'm particularly talking to guys here, and this is where you develop that masculine energy, the energy of leading your own life. And once you start to lead your own way, your own life, you can then start to lead others also, because you just have to reverse engineer it, so to speak. So if you are going out drinking with your same group of friends, doing dumb stuff all the time, drinking excessively, being a bit of a nuisance, you're obviously following that crowd. You're following someone who's decided to live that sort of life. You're following these people. So why not follow your own passion and attract your own tribe? It might be them. They might say, I see you're getting in shape. People are starting to treat you different. They see how women are looking at you. You're an option now because your body game is up. Your masculine energy has changed. Or you're going to attract other people, like-minded people that are into the same sort of things as you. And you're just going to find that you show up in many different areas in life with higher vibrational frequencies. Now, I'm very spiritual. I'm all about energy and frequency and all that stuff. And you'll find in doing these things, in becoming resilient, in becoming more independent, in doing the things that you choose to do, being more decisive, you are going to find that you're going to become far more magnetic towards people, and especially women. And I know I teach a lot of personal care here as well on the videos that I do. I teach you how to maintain a good skincare regime, how to make your teeth and your smile brighter, how to get into good shape. All of this stuff is all still relevant. because like I said, the more attractive you are, the more better shape you're in, the more money you're earning, all going to help you. It's all going to help you. It's not going to go against you. But if you have all these things, but you're not showing up with the right energy, I'm telling you now, there's going to be some dropout who has this energy. He might not have the money, he might not have the skincare, the looks, the nice colognes, but he can go up and literally take the girl that you're after because he just shows up with that energy. So energy is very important, and I cannot stress enough the importance of your energy, your intentions, and how you show up. When you walk into a place without even saying a word, women are going to be picking up on your vibe, your energy, how you carry yourself, your posture, whether you walk like this, all slunched up, looking at the floor, too scared to look at anyone. Walking in, shoulders back, chin up, looking around the room and commanding presence that you deserve to be there. And when you go, you're going there with intention. But where I really discovered this was by being, rather than doing, because that's what I used to do. I used to just do. My friends would do something, I would do that. The crowd was doing this, I would do this. It got to a point in my life where feeling so unfulfilled by just living the life of other people just made me feel so empty, and just like I was lacking purpose in life. And so when you combine all these things, when you are living your own life, when you are doing the things that you want to do, and you start to attract different people into your life, people who have the same mindset as you, the same frequencies as you, the same pastimes as you, so many other things will show up in your life, and you just give off that energy of confidence, masculinity, direction, intent, purpose. And like I said, these things are magnetic and they draw people in. And I found that from first-hand experience. And let me just give you a little bit more on that also. When you start doing things to your own tastes, living your own life, making your own decisions, doing your own things, you start to become less available. So when you would be going out drinking on a Friday night, but yet you've decided to change your life, you don't want to do this anymore, it doesn't fulfill you anymore, it leaves you feeling empty and purposeless, and you start, say for instance, going to the gym or going to an art class or whatever it is, you start to become less available to your friends. Now, I'm not saying you should snub your friends and just ignore them, but what I'm saying is you're not always available because you're doing this on Friday night. You can still go out and drink with your friends if that's what you want to do on a Saturday or whatever it is, but because you're starting to find your own way in life and you're starting to do your own thing and you don't need that external validation, you're already starting to show that you are taking control of your life. You're starting to develop confidence, because it takes confidence and courage to stand on your own sometimes. And there's going to be times where when you are pursuing your own goals and purposes, it's a bit of a lonely road at first until you start to develop new relationships and friendships around things that you are wanting to pursue. And that's when a lot of people fall off the bandwagon. I've been close to it myself a few times, and you've just got to push through it, and you've got to really want it. You've got to really want that change. And if you have the courage and really want this, you will do it. You will find ways of managing through those lonely times. Because I've always said this, and I would much rather stand on my own for what I believe in or the way I want to live my life than I would be in a crowd of people for something that I don't. And so of course, when you are busy doing your passions and pursuing things that light you up and living your own life, you're going to be less available to people. And when you're less available, your value starts to increase. Think of gold over, say, aluminium or steel. Now, aluminium and steel is far more readily available than gold is. So therefore, gold's value is increased. That's why it's expensive, because it's rare. And it's the same with people. So if you're always available whenever anybody needs you, they see you as low value because they can just pick you up and put you down whenever they feel like it. I know firsthand because I was that person. And then when I started living life on my own terms, to my own tune, I would put my passions before I would put the needs of others. And through doing this, people hold you in far higher regard. And people tend to not take the piss too much out of you either, because your time is valuable. You have only a certain amount of time on this earth. And if you're going to waste it doing things for other people all the time, rather than doing things for yourself and trying to people please, which I tell so many people not to do, you never please everyone in the first place, and all you do is extort all your energy and peace, and you're just left feeling disheartened because you could be doing what you want to do. You could be out there pursuing your purpose, your passion, rather than trying to please other people all the time. And so when you're less available because you're pursuing your purpose and passions, then people are going to find that more magnetic because you're less available. There's a bit of mystery to you, and people will always wonder what you've been up to, what you've been doing, and why you haven't been showing up all the time like you used to be. So remember, it's not about being selfish, but you have to put yourself first, because before you can give to anybody else, you have to have something to give. And remember, you can't fill an empty glass from an empty cup. So I really hope this video has helped you out. If it has, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.